It's a belong.
Bugs for life.
It's an intercontinental.
Welcome to today's Captain's Blog. It is Monday, January 21st at 12:38 hours, and we have viewer mail from Stephen in Tampa, Florida, or that may be the shipper. I have no idea, but there are a couple really big boxes. Usually when big servers show up in the mail, that's a huge hassle thing. But we'll see what happens. What do we got? These are. Hey, they come with. Look at that. That's how you know you got a serious computer. 3 power plugs. This is going to be interesting. Let's get this open. And rack rails here. Yep, that's rack rails. That is a whole lot of computer. What have we here? Okay, how do you want to come out? Nice shiny new computer. Oh, it's heavy too. Here, let's put it on the table. Is that right side up? No, it's upside down. Okay. What do we got? 250 gig each. It's a PowerEdge 1950. Oh! You know what this is? I could be wrong, but I think I know what this is. Wikimedia was donating a couple servers. This is a server that used to run Wikipedia, which is really cool. Oh, we gotta see what the specs are. Here, yeah, we can do this. Let's find out. I just conveniently happen to have a monitor, keyboard, and mouse right here. You might freak out because it's cold. Might get a condensation issue or something. But let's take a look. There's keyboard and mouse. Let's fire it up and see what happens. Always do power last on servers because sometimes they just pop to life. Like that! Hey, it's going to do something. Good morning! Roar! Dell PowerEdge 1950, 2006 vintage. Let's go into setup, see what we get. Two 1.86 quads, 4 gigs of RAM. This is sexy. I think we just got a new encoder machine. Okay, cool. I'm guessing it, well, it may or may not have hard drives in it. Let's turn it off. Do we have drives? Hey, it's got drives. Alright, this is getting Debian. Oh yes, yes it is. Alright, let's open up the other one. That's awesome. That's really, really awesome. Thank you to Wikimedia. This is really badass. Let's see what the other one is. They don't necessarily have to be the same. Rack rails. Hey Dave! We got a couple new encoder machines thanks to Wikipedia.
Thanks to
Wikipedia. You know, citation needed, yo. Give me a hand with this, it's heavy. Ah. Nice new think it's a dual quad core, 1.8 or so, something like that. Decent machines. They're Dells though, and the Black Magic cars don't like Dells. But if I can get a Black Magic card to work in it, we can
There's
finally.
a light blinking on the front of it.
Is it a little blue light?
It's a screen.
Is it not? Is it blinking different now?
Now it's yellow.
Yeah. Now it's blue?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what that's for? Huh. This is actually kind of cool. Come on over here. So, these are 1U servers.
Oh, you already have them plugged in?
Well, the bottom one, but these are 1U servers, right?
Okay.
So, in the real world, you'll be in a room and you'll have like a giant wall of these, right? Well, you've got the server on the back, or you've got the server on the front, you know you're keyed into it. And this is the broken box, right? Mm-hmm. You got to find it in the back. Mm-hmm. So you press a button on the front, it lights a little blue light on the back. And when and if it's obnoxious, and then you come around the back and you're like, oh, it's the big obnoxious light. That's the broken box.
Cool.
It's a nifty little feature. I want the top one for you. There. Let's start it up and see what it says. No, it's Wikipedia. It's going to fire up and be like, Windows, citation needed. We got to get Debian on them.
That.
Yeah, I plugged
Say
it in.
that
but,
computer
yeah.
has Debian on it.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I might use that.
And that should be Mint. Debian Mint.
Debian Mint? Linux Mint.
This is Mint. That one's Debian.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just going to fire it up and toss a thumb drive in it and download a netinst of Debian. I'd really... 4 gig, system halted. Okay. Cool. I'm happy. This is neat. It needs... What's USB on? What's this say? Server. Oh, you can name it. Alright, so we're going to get these set up. Rich is going to be a happy guy in a few minutes. And we'll have more as it happens.
So we decided to have a new development meeting, and I was thinking about it really hard, and I came up with a plan. When we started doing development stuff 6 to 9 months ago, people came up with a bunch of ideas on ways that we could bring in money, and a lot of them were really fun, happy, shiny ways to do it, because writing a grant for $20,000 or $100,000 that gets us involved with community is really fun, and it gets us all sorts of new connections, and that's awesome, but it only happens if the grant comes through, and if it comes through, we'll get the money in like 2015, and it'll be for one specific program that I don't even know if we'll still have those staff members here to do it by then. If we can get to the last little bit of pushing that we need to do to be open, and we can do open programs right now where people pay $5 to get into the program tomorrow and stuff like that, we will be sustaining enough that we won't have to worry about those grants in 2015. So in order to do that, we need the little grants. We need the boring $500 grants from banks and small businesses who have a little bit extra to give.
That have no strings, it's just here's
no
the money.
No strings, here's the money.
Okay.
And I know those aren't nearly as fun or exciting to do, and to tell people that we need just a couple extra dollars to do really fun, exciting stuff like pay the electric bill is not glamorous, but it's what we need to do to get to this point where we're sustainable.
Okay, understood.
Cool. So I have come up with a couple of different directions that we can push that, and I think between everybody here, we can all sort of take our own niche in how we deal with people and come up with those little nickel and dime sources of funding that we really, really need to push to the next level. So if we're going to do a Venn diagram, the first one is going to be small donations.
Define small.
This can be $500 or less. This would be the typical banks, small businesses, it could be people, but I'd like to focus, businesses tend to have a little bit more leeway than just people for that sort of thing. Every bank and foundation in the county will send you a couple $100 if you send them a polite letter asking for it. And then the one that overlaps with that a little bit is going to be the under $2,000 gifts. Those tend to have at least a couple of strings attached to them, and that's fine. If they want to use it for a specific development area, that's fine. We certainly don't want to ignore that just because we need to pay the really boring stuff. It would be better if we could focus it on things like specifically opening. I mean, if we could direct it that way, that would be cool. I know a lot of the big places don't want to give us money specifically to open, but I think smaller people might be more willing, especially if you can say we're so close. The $2,000 you give us will be what we need to complete this one big step and then open.
So who are those people?
Those people, I think, are people who would like to have their name on our sponsorship list, who we could give them a benefit. They're people who we might do a video in exchange for their service.
This is more than just like I sent Wikipedia a letter saying, hey, we know you guys cycle out servers. You know, one of the members got a hold of me a few months ago saying Wikipedia is doing this thing where they cycle their servers and they give them away to nonprofits. So I wrote in on it and said, hey, I know you cycle out your servers. Can you send us a couple? Guy said, yeah, sure. You know, you guys are awesome. We love it. Here. And today they arrived in the mail. And these aren't like shitty little servers that I got from Bob in accounting out of a local Safeway. These are serious web engines. I mean, they're quad-core Xeons. And that's our new encoding system. Done, right there. And it was nothing. It was one little email. It's really easy if you talk to your local drugstore, like Walgreens, Walmart, any of those, they'll do a $500 donation for nothing. You send them a letter.
I'm talking about the slightly bigger ones.
Yeah.
I'm thinking they would be people that
That's community foundation shit.
No, I'm thinking it's
We
more
want them
like
for $100,000.
the people that we'll find on Thursday.
Yeah.
Would be a good source. Your construction company might be interested in giving $1,000 or $1,500, and we'll make sure.
Guys at the Jerry level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll make sure your name goes up somewhere. You'll be on the sponsor page if your company does something specific that is awesome that they'd like to share. We might do a little video to show the magic of concrete or whatever. It's people who are more than just a little $500, but we're not going to go after an actual 20-page grant with them.
Understood.
And then the big one that I think we would have the most luck focusing on that ties everybody together is going to be corporate memberships. And this might be the easiest way to get these and a little bit of this. So right now, a corporate membership is $1,500 a year. And that gives you 5 memberships that are interchangeable for they can be staff members or it can be just people that you designate. So if you...
So does that mean 5 people in here at any time?
Yeah.
Any 5, any time?
Right. So if your company wants to send 5 people over, every day you get to pick who those 5 people are. So you can swap them out.
Understand.
Basically, they get like an ID badge that is universal to companies.
Yes.
Yep. So they'll get a stack of 5 ID badges that say, Bob's Construction Company on them.
Yep.
And they can swap them out as they want.
Okay.
The only things they'll have to keep in mind are if one of their staff members gets trained for a tool, that doesn't swap.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay.
I've had a few people be like, oh, we send one guy down to learn how to CNC, then we can send everybody down and he'll just run it. And everybody has to learn. But it's free for them to learn, so why not?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
A corporate membership with 5 people for $1,500 a year ends up being cheaper than buying 5 separate memberships. So you are saving money.
At $40 a month.
Right.
Yes, understood. Are you going to make this pitch on Wednesday?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And we've been kicking around the idea of doing different tiers of corporate membership. So if somebody wants to be able to do 10 or whatever, we come up with a number that's appropriate for that. But I don't have those numbers.
And I wouldn't worry about it. Most of the people who'll be here on Wednesday, 5 would be all that they would want.
And I really think that this is going to be the easiest way for us to get people to give us money, really.
So what are you going to say to the guy that says, well, I'd love to do a corporate membership, but I only want 2 members?
At
We
that
say
point-
thank you.
How about donate them back for students?
Well, I mean, are you going to say, well, that's 750, or are you going to say, hey,
No.
the 1500 is
Take the
up
money.
to 5?
It's
Yeah.
up to 5.
Okay, all right.
What about donating them to be student members?
If that's what they'd like to do.
I
We
agree
have
with selling
we
mainstream.
have so many people that legitimately want to learn about things that you have never heard of.
all the time.
So we break it down
Most
by
of what I-
lab,
most of
and then that
what
lets
I
us
show
gives
up
us
here.
an easy approach to talk to people
All the
about.
time.
But then when it does become something esoteric, it's still a lab.
Yeah, but that's exactly what I'm saying, is we want to say, you know, hey, we can do all these cool things with machining, and that's awesome, and even if you've never touched a CNC machine in your life, you're going to think it's fascinating. And then when people start asking questions and they want to know about cutter compensation for 3 hours, if I have 20 people who want to learn about cutter compensation, I will happily talk to them about it and participate, and we can cut samples in front of them on the internet, and they can see what works and what doesn't work.
So we structure it then. We just structure it into a breakdown by lab, and then it's just that simple. And then when
And
it comes
highlight
to
the
talking
most
to the donors,
mainstream
then
parts of
yeah,
the
we'll just do
lab.
the mainstream ones that we've already done. And instead of picking out mainstream ones right now, I think if we continue doing this for the next week, our mainstream ones will be picked out for us.
Yeah. But this
Continue
is,
doing what for the next week?
What they're doing, being responsive to the
Oh,
people who are
like the
gathering
sewing
donors.
machine thing. and
yeah,
what
yeah,
have you.
we're doing this, we're doing it every day. It's not
Embroidery
something that we're
machine, thank
waiting on
It
development
said sewing
to
machine on the
do.
box, I saw it.
It's something that we're doing, and we're actively participating in it. And the more the internet wants it, the more we're doing it with them. And it's been
So
really
you're saying some of it will self-select?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think most of the mainstream stuff will self-select, because while the internet does like these crazy niche things, the internet also does like mainstream things a lot.
I mean, the internet loves it when they get to just watch me work in the machine shop all day. They don't know
Well-
what I'm doing, but they're just like, oh, the machine is moving again. That's so cool.
You are one.
It does
They're
help.
watching it when I'm not in the room.
There's another
That's-
big thing about to come out that we've touched on a couple bits, and you guys are going to freak out. Especially the
You guys ready
girls
to
in the
freak
room.
out? I don't know what it is.
This
but
is
I'm ready
this is
freak
going to
out.
make Megan
Ready?
really, really happy. All right, so
I'm just going. This could be really anything.
this is
I don't know where
good.
they're going.
All right.
All right, so
Um,
must involve beer.
I want to do this
Or
one.
liability. Or liability.
all
One
right,
or the
all
other.
right. No, this has no liability at all. It's great. All right. One of the fundamental
Then it's not fun.
one of the fundamental problems that we've had from the beginning is we are anarchy in education. We are not an accredited degree granting institution, and all the
Anarchy is
bullshit that comes
weird.
with.
Nor do we
Why
want.
do I keep
No,
getting wrapped up with
but-
you guys?
Here's where it gets
Hobbies, a
cool.
whole lot of you.
Let me out, let me out.
Why do you go to college?
To learn stuff.
Yeah.
And drink
I'm a
beer.
terrible person to ask that question.
Why? You're the average person in America. I'm not asking Adam Bird. I'm asking generic white man. Why do you go to college?
To get a degree so I could get a good job.
Exactly. What does that degree cost to make?
Oh, right now
Six
it's
figures.
over 100.
No.
What does it cost to
That's
make?
what it costs to get it.
Yes.
What does it cost to make? It's a fucking piece of paper.
All right, so
Cost-
$3.
Yeah,
It's nice paper.
it's nice paper.
It is
It's
nice
Gold
paper.
sticker
Okay.
on it.
Yeah.
Now,
A seal.
The faux leather binder.
Yeah.
And somebody had
A
to fake
couple-
sign it.
a couple months ago, I hung out with some of my buddies, and we took a machine that you put a quarter in, and you get $10 out. This is a good thing. Okay, don't care who you ask any fucking entrepreneur, any businessman.
We're
if you have a
familiar
machine,
with the quarter to
it works.
$10 bill machine.
well, we bought a $200 machine. That's actually an $800 machine, but it only cost us $200, and that's why we bought it. Moose came to me and said, "You know how whenever you buy anything on a Geek Group wish list, it goes through a very specific. It goes through the Geek Group account. Okay, and if you buy something on Amazon on the Geek Group's wish list, we get the little credits for that. Well, these little fucking credits add up, and you get really nifty coupons that come out every week. And like, hey, look at this cool thing that other people have to pay this much money, and you have to pay this much money. And we get a lot of things on Amazon." Moose came to me and said, "That $800 embroidery machine that I've been wanting forever, we can get for $200. And I said, "Cool, do it!" And she did. Now we have an embroidery machine. It's a CNC sewing machine. Okay.
I like it as an introduction to CNC.
No, it's better than that. It's way better than that.
As a normal, like,
We can't
white
make diplomas,
woman, I don't know what that is.
but we can make patches.
Yes, yes.
You've got merit badges that you earned as a little girl.
You better believe it.
Okay, and you're fucking proud of them,
That's
aren't you?
right.
But You
God damn, I
can't.
built that fire with 2 boxes of matches.
But think about the bigger
2
picture.
boxes.
Think about the bigger picture.
Lighter fluid and
You,
one match.
as a Girl Scout,
Couldn't, and it was wet wood.
if she signs up as a Girl Scout day 1 and goes on the website and you can buy the fire starting merit badge, she can't buy one because she didn't take the class. You have to earn it.
You have to earn it.
That's
I
it.
had my own.
It's a diploma. It's a diploma for something stupid. It's a little I lit fire,
Yes,
but
yes.
it's a diploma. It's got credence.
Yes.
All right.
Cred.
Okay.
Street cred.
Would you
Pay
go into
attention.
a store? Yeah, pay attention. This is the thing. Would you go into a store and buy a jacket that was green and white and said U of M or State on it? No, you'd throw rocks
I
at it.
could.
Okay, you could.
I went to both
but you
schools.
okay? I forgot.
I
you went to the
probably
other one.
wouldn't.
But it's a
I
thing.
probably would burn it.
You
You're right.
wear your school colors, and it's fucking gang insignia. It's I'm with them.
Yes, yes.
I'm one of them. That's it. We're
building
going
our
to make
geek
patches. Now here's where it gets cool.
I did cover this briefly.
We're gonna make.
Yeah, we were here when the
Doing
machines
patches,
showed up. We were
okay?
excited.
These are simple merit badges.
That's your
If
picture.
you build, if you're a member of the geek group, you can buy patches.
Can you
If
make
you're
me
not a
buy
member,
Ross
you can't buy them.
But
If
Please.
you have to earn them.
I
If
earned that
you
one.
build, these are geek group merit badges. If you build your own
Bylaws.
Tesla coil,
yeah.
and you come in here and or you send in a video, you can be anywhere in the world. But if you build your own Tesla coil, you can earn the Tesla coil merit badge.
Okay.
You cannot just buy it on our website. You have to earn it, and you have to pay $5 for it on the website. It's simple fundraising. It's not a
Don't
lot of
say
money, but we'll sell
$5.
fuckload of these things.
I
At
don't know
$5
how much
a piece.
it'll be yet.
Okay, well,
It
whatever.
might be
But
10.
you can only get them if you're signed off on that thing. So we start out with merit badges, and I've already got ideas from people for fucking 500 of these things.
I have
It's
half the
everything
internet
from
designed.
I'm a certified forklift operator, and if you're not, you can be. You can take that class at the Geek Group. If you've never built your own Tesla coil, we have a
We
kit for
get the
that.
idea. It sounds fun.
Now it goes up a notch.
Okay.
4-inch. Okay, because these are 2 inches. These are 4 inches.
Big.
These are mission patches. Every astronaut at NASA who's
Oh, yeah.
ever worked on a thing gets a mission patch. Okay. We do a thing. We build Kicker. Okay. When we built Kicker, there was a dozen people in the room involved on that project. Those people, and we track it through Boxy, so we know who's here and when and for what. Those dozen people, and only those dozen people, can buy that patch.
Now,
We're only going to sell a dozen of them.
it does not matter if their participation was they showed up for an hour and they were the dude that had to tighten the nuts
Yeah.
on the machine.
But they
helped.
had to be, and it doesn't matter if they're here. They can be an online member who did consulting on it. They came up with engineering specs, stuff like that. But if you're not one of those guys, you don't get one. Then it goes bigger. This is 4 by 12. That's the maximum size we can make. These are crests. This is where you are. If you are a Minnesota Geek Group chapter member, you get, and it's the ones that goes across the top of the jacket. Okay.
So intergalactic
yep.
will fit on there.
Yep. If you're at the intergalactic headquarters, if wherever you are, they'll all be the same design with just slightly different logos.
Okay.
But these are the crests. So we have crests, we have mission patches, and we have regular merit badges.
We're gonna
So-
make location ones with just patches.
Yeah, we can do arm patches now.
So the crest says I belong to the Geek Group chapter in.
Ohio, New Zealand.
Oh, the
wherever.
first one we've already got prepaid is the Geek Group Faroe Islands.
Are we blogging about these things?
That we have members in Faroe Islands. When they start coming out,
the first patch we sell is for the Geek
Faroe
Faroe Islands.
Where are the Faroe Islands?
I have no idea. If you tell me how it's spelled, I'll
That's the
start.
bottom of South America somewhere. I think.
South America.
I think
Okay.
so.
Not the Falklands.
No, the Faroe
They are
Islands.
very active
Or the
and they're
Maldives.
very excited, and I promise them they'll be first.
This is cool. We'll blog it when we print it.
Hey, their money's
But-
as good as anybody else's.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But this thing here, these are Geek Group diplomas.
Mhm.
And it's
I like
huge.
that.
This is we do this. You're gonna see guys come in here
I
with
will.
jackets covered in this.
I was
I'm
actually
sure.
going to say we can ramp it up a notch. You know those amazing pair of coveralls I have? Let's make some patches for that are appropriate. Put them
Okay.
on there, and then I'll work on the car for a day so that they become a little bit more legitimate.
Okay.
And then we can encourage people to buy coveralls from us, and for doing work in the Geek Group. You know.
And you both have a background in racing. I grew up in
I've
racing.
watched
How many, okay, but how many guys do you know in the SCCA and whatnot? They're covered in patches.
Yes.
I was at the '93 championship. I raced in nationals, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You gotta be there. If you're not on a pit crew, if you're not a
But it's like,
driver,
I'm
you
saying
don't
we
get
don't
there.
just sell it for jackets though, but we sell it for work aprons. You know, we
Oh yeah.
Well, there'll all be iron-on adhesive stuff, so we
You
can
can put
we
them
can
on
market
anything
for
you
a
like.
variety.
Put 'em on your
backpack. I think actually the biggest draw for people will be putting them on like their laptop bags, because
And there'll be some of these that we do with pure flair. Like we'll have some like with Zom themes and shit like that, and some just generic geek patches that aren't, you don't have to earn it, you're just a member.
and there'll be one special one that you can only buy for showing up here.
Yeah, there'll be an IRL patch.
Oh, I went too.
Yep.
Yeah.
There'll also be some for donor levels if you donated $5, $100, $1,000. There'll be some
Gold
for
stars
years of
for
service
generals.
if you know.
Maybe
5
do
years.
you think someone
10
else
years.
who donated a lot of money count as a donation?
Yeah, fundraising badge. I'm okay with
Fundraising
that.
badge for sure. We're having a development.
And also, you get
Vicky's gonna have a jacket. And she's gonna have a fundraising badge and then a star, and 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 a
It's gonna
star,
be a
and a
little
star.
train. But there'll also be rank badges, and you'll have one of the very rare G5 ones. So that's
I think the shiny gold G3 one is going to be the most coveted.
yeah, that's the hardest one to get.
Because you have to bleed for it.
G3 is Elite Geek. It's harder to get than board. It's way harder to get than staff. G3 is the hardest to get.
And it's designated gold in everything we do, and then doing it cool for the patches, we can have it be made of actual gold thread and it'll sparkle. It'll be gold patch.
Yeah. That's
Cool.
Elite Geeks. But yeah, the patches thing, that's right.
The
I like
reason
it.
why I think it's so
I need
so
to
much
buy
of a
less
good
patch.
idea for us right now is because
I worked hard for that.
Lawyer patch.
there really is a huge sense of pride in our memberships and a pride in being a geek. Because remember, the core of why we're here is because there is no other group of geeks. So for so many of them, we get so much fan mail from people going, you have no idea how happy I am that the geek group exists, and I get to be a part of this. And I get to be a part of something that fits who I am. And the response that we've gotten from people about being able to literally put that on their shoulder and share it with everybody is huge.
Proud to be a geek.
Yeah.
It's a gang thing. It's I'm with them.
It's a
I'm part of
belong-
something
not
bigger
a
than me.
gang.
It's
It's
a
a belonging.
Bugs for life.
it's an intercontinental game.
Did you get that?
Yes, I did. So time is 21:19 hours, and every time I've made a deal with the guys in the IRC. Every time the IRC raises $1,000 of donations in one day, I will give you guys an AMA, an Ask Me Anything session of at least 1 hour long with the staff member of your choosing, and you can pick from any staff member who's in the building that day. Today they chose Moose.
Hi.
Hi. And you've done a lot more than an hour. You've been up here for a while, and they're required to do an hour because for $1,000 you guys earned it. But if she wants to stay here for 3 hours, she can. She can stay here as long as she likes.
We've been rocking out.
Now, how has your AMA experience been?
Oh, it's been fantastic. Everybody has had wonderful questions. We've learned all kinds of things.
Okay.
They've had fun. You guys have had fun, right? They said they loved me.
Well, everybody loves you. You're Moose.
And I'm supposed to say hi to Penguin.
Viva Pinguinos? Oh, in the blog?
Yes.
Okay, say hi.
Hi. I told you I'd say your name.
Okay.
No, we crossed the $5,000 mark.
Yay!
So we've been raising money.
The IRC has raised $5,000 to support the Geek Group. What have you done today?
Yeah, it's pretty great.
This is cool.
And they've been buying things. I get to make more things for our members.
Yay!
I love that. I
Okay.
love it when they get to make me work in the machine shop all day.
Yeah, it's just hell being you, isn't
I
it?
know.
While you're here
Yes.
doing the AMA,
Uh-huh.
could you have Richard or somebody, you'll probably have to set up VNC, And the password on this
I
is
know.
geek. Get this set up
Uh-huh.
as an IRC thing.
It was, wasn't it?
It was, but I need it to do it auto, like when it boots, or a cron job within 5 minutes or something like that. But
Okay.
it needs to, because you should be using that instead of the little toy computer. It's just better with real IRC. You're using the website and
Toy
stuff.
computer was
Toy computer's
an
doing
embroidery
stuff.
machine.
Okay,
You hurt its feelings. It's not that
I'm okay. I'm okay with hurting its feelings because that's just girly little embroidery. That's not like real science. Okay, fine. It's CNC sewing, but still, and it's really badass. And that's
Could
that's
you
our.
do this
I could totally do that.
in under 10 minutes?
No, I could do that with a pen in a couple hours and maybe a spirograph for the ring.
Because that's how long it took me to go from picture to I'm sewing it.
Yeah, but you're a CNC person, so it was kind of just there. But I need this to work for IRC as a terminal.
We'll see what I can do.
And tell them to disable the screensaver and everything. It should do IRC all the time and never anything but. That's all I care about.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna bugger off. Oh, that cable's pooped, but this cable's good. This cable's fine. All right, I came up here for rack screws and to get this thing that we can't get to work, and I was gonna mess with it and see if I can make it work.
They want to
So-
know if they're going to see Moose kick Chris's butt.
On a daily basis. That's why we keep her around, is purely for entertainment and beating my ass. She'll kick your butt too if you pay well enough, but that's $350 an hour to have Moose smack you around. She's quite good at it, I can assure you. We'll be back.
I learned how to run a machine shop.
Set up an enterprise level server.
Program 9-foot robots.
Make lightning!
Edit video.
I'm building a radio station.
Light bulb terrarium.
A high-performance electric car.
I'm a CNC geek.
Computer geek.
Robot geek.
Physics geek.
AV geek.
I'm a radio geek.
Craft geek.
Car buff.
No matter what kind of geek you are, we've got a place for you here at the Geek Group. Come join us. We build awesome.